Yo, 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 what is up, my peeps? Jermaine Mancop here. We are back with another awesome video for you. Today we're doing something just a little bit different than our normal videos. Still has a little bit to do with leveling, but it's based off of a question that was asked in my Discord and by one of my longtime peeps whose name I always butcher on stream, and I'm very sorry for it. Try and get it right today. It is the Cookie Monster of Discord, Scalers. And the question here, let's just bring it up on screen so I can read it to you. It says, "Hi, Mr. Cop. I have a question about leveling and maybe zone completion, and since you, sir, are an expert, I do dabble. I'm asking you. I had a plan of collecting all the quest transmog and all the zones and expansions. Due to the fact that I'm still missing some allied races, I want to do the zones with them as I level. Question now is, would it be faster, better to level up in a speedy way and just do these zones with the max level 2, or try and finish the zones in your 10 to 50 route? Will you even make it to finish all the zones of an expansion before you get kicked out of Chromie time?" Well, let's answer these questions kind of in reverse. And the first one I'm going to answer is, will I even make it to finish all zones of an expansion before you get kicked out of Chromie time? I would say no. I don't think there's a single leveling expansion that you can do that with. Granted, since Chromie Time was introduced, to be perfectly honest, I haven't tried Legion or BFA. Your closest option would probably be BFA. Just simply because there's so few zones, right? Like, if we take a quick look at BFA zones, since I'm on a Horde tune, I'll just clip over to Zandalar, right? There's only 3 zones, but I honestly don't think you'll finish these zones before you ding 50. Just from the pacing of other expansions. I mean, you've also got to set up your bases in Call Tiras in the 3 zones, and the stories through there. So, and I wouldn't be surprised, well, it says level 50, but I wouldn't be surprised if in Chromie Time you could get to the Najatar stuff as well. But closest you'll ever get is probably going to be BFA if that's what you're looking for, 10 to 50. But I still don't think it's doable. I mean, if we look at stuff like the Eastern Kingdoms, there's just way too many zones for you to ever even come close. Calendar's bigger, much bigger than the Eastern Kingdom, so same thing there. I think the smallest one of the expansions is probably Outland. And even then, when I did a 1 to 50 on the Shadowlands PTR back in the day, I wound up skipping both Blade's Edge Mountains and Shadowmoon Valley. And I did Hellfire Peninsula, Zangarmarsh, I did Summon of Grand, some of Terakar, and most of Netherstorm, and that got me to 50. So I don't think you're going to get to 50 in any expansion before they kick you out. And then you asked a question that was actually 2 questions. Would it be better or faster to level through it, or to just do it with a max level 2? It would certainly be faster to do it on a max level 2. I would argue it's not better, just for the experience. If you're doing it on a max level 2, you're going to start to make things quicker and simpler. So you're going to start to automate stuff, right? And you run the risk of missing things. But plus, just for the lore, I mean, I love leveling. Y'all know I love leveling. So just for the lore, I think it's better to go through it. And what's more, you're going to wind up using a lot of different tunes if you want to get all the leveling transmog. And there's a couple little hiccups here and there that make this really kind of complex. And we will explore those now. Alright, so let's take a quick peek at some of the divides that you're going to have to navigate if you want to get all of the level of quest transmog. One of the first that we're going to look at is armor and weapon types, because when you get a quest back originally, there would be several options for you to choose from on what you could choose as a quest reward. Blizzard has since streamlined this, and in most of the quests, it only shows you items that your character can physically equip. And when you have multiple choices, generally you will get the transmog for the ones that you didn't choose as well. However, there's no guarantee that that quest doesn't have other options that it's just not showing you that you're not getting the transmog for. For instance, this is a shaman. Wears mail armor, currently dual-wielding one-handed axes. If he turns in a quest that has a mail armor piece as a reward, there might also be a leather piece, there might be a cloth piece, or a plate piece, and he's not getting the transmog for those. So if I wanted to get all the transmog from that quest, I would have to run clothy, a leatherware, and a plateware through it as well. This is true for weapon styles as well, and one of the most unique quest for that is kind of famous, and it's in this area, so I thought I'd show it to you real quick here. And don't worry, I'll cut out most of it, but I do want to show you the quest. Now, as we enter the sludge fields here, you'll see there is a shovel with an exclamation point above it. So we are going to go and grab this quest, and I'm going to read it to you. Do the right thing. You've come upon a horrific scene. Someone or something has buried all of the humans up to their necks in a manner consistent with planting. The ghouls, which are seemingly tending the field of human seedlings, periodically jump to the nearest human and devour its head. You can end this right here and now. Take this shovel and, quote-unquote, save the humans. Do the right thing. Save 15 human seedlings. And you'll get a very unique transmog called the Shovel of Mercy. There are other transmogs that are similar, but this one you have to be Horde to do the quest. So only a Horde will get this particular transmog. Use the shovel to smash the human seedling's head, or right-click the human seedlings to free them from the dirt. So you have the option of killing these humans, or using the shovel. Getting in the way of my video, Risen Hillsbrad Peasant. So I can click on this. I can use the shovel. And that human seedling was saved. I can right-click, and he's also saved. You are to do the right thing. And either way, you do the right thing. I would be fascinated, absolutely fascinated, to see what the statistics are on how many of these things got shoveled and how many of them got saved. Because originally, when you clicked on it, you got a dialog box that gave you an option to shovel or save it. I mean, now it's a lot easier to just click on them and save them, but undoubtedly you did the right thing. Hopefully the humans that you saved will show similar mercy to you should the time of your planting ever come. That's all assuming you rescue the humans and can splatter their brains all over the dirt, of course. Keep the shovel as a reminder of the horrors of the sludge fields and the depravity of mortals. So again, that is a shovel that, because I can use one-handed maces, because this is a one-handed shovel, I would have gotten the transmog for it if I didn't already have it. But it's also a Horde-only quest. As such, if you're an alliance and you wanted to do that quest to get that transmog, you would have to roll a horde tune. So there is transmog that is unique by faction. Now, it does delineate further, as I said, via your different armor types and your different weapon types. But it goes even further than that, and I'll show you what I mean now. Alright, so one of the other delineations that we want to look at when we're talking about quest reward transmog is the ones that are not only faction specific, not only a specific type of weapon or armor, but are also racial specific and class specific. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to look at one of the more famous ones from the gnome starting area, the quote-unquote very light saber. It is only available to gnomes who are warriors, and it's one of the first things that they acquire. It's a very unique transmog, and I'm going to just run through it really quickly so you can see it. Don't worry, I'll cut out all the extraneous bits. Alright, we've reached the surface and we've gotten to the place that has the quest for the very light saber. Talk to Nib and Twistwrench here, I'll read the quest to you.
Hey.
It's a victory for us every time we're able to help another survivor escape from the contaminated halls of Gnomergon. Warriors like you will play an important part in the future of Gnomergon. To that end, our leader, High Tinker Mechatork, has assembled a team of trainers to help you learn your arts. Drill Sergeant Steamcrank will help oversee your training and adjustment to life on the surface. He's waiting for you on the small practice field across the road. The Drill Sergeant, we will get the very light saber. And as you see, it is a very unique transmog. It is actually a light saber. It is also only available to gnomes and only available to gnome warriors, and it is a two-handed weapon. Go. Let's just equip it.
Greetings.
For a gnome who spent so much time inside Gnomergon, you look positively fit and healthy, Cop's Ward. That's good. Before we can complete what Operation Gnomergon began, we're going to need more warriors like you. I got the very light saber. I will equip it. And you can see why something like this is so awesome. It's a two-handed sword, it's a lightsaber, and a very lightsaber at that. Just gorgeous looking. It is a green item, so it is transmogable, even though it doesn't have any stats on it. It used to, so it's a green item. So in order to do all of the transmog from all of the leveling quests, what you're looking at is, and it's obviously less than what I'm about to say, because, you know, not every class, race has a specific weapon or armor that is linked to it, but there are these outliers. So you're going to need to do every single zone, probably 4 times on each faction. Because what you're looking at is the 4 basic armor delineations, and within that you should be able to make all of the weapon delineations. You're going to want to pick your races very carefully so that you can get weapons like the very light saber. But, you know, you don't have to go very far to get the very light saber. I would say do all of the starting zones once with each class, just to make sure you've got all of that. Gnomes are a bit of an outlier, as I said. Like every class that the gnome can be has different stuff. The very lightsaber is probably the most stunning of them and the most sought after. But you're looking at a massive amount of effort to get all the quest stuff. And that doesn't even include the allied races. Because if you want to get all of their heritage armor, you're going to have to level at least one of each of those to level 50. And, you know, your Taurens and your Dwarves and Gnomes and all of the other mainline races that have heritage armor, you're going to want to get all of them to level 50, 60. So, it's doable. It's probably going to take a few years to do. But I hope this video has helped, kind of giving you a path of what to look for when you're looking at, okay, I want to make sure I have X, Y, Z transmog, and how can I plan my pathing out so that I have the greatest amount of possibilities for that transmog. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. We're back with lots more like it, but yet different. Lots more videos about all the intricacies of leveling and all kinds of stuff like that, and lots of streams coming up too. So take care, everybody. We'll see you next time. Peace. Top out.